Reset. New APP.
No.
He's good.
Clearly on.
No.
Clear.
Keeper's coming. Possible foul.
Goal on field. I think Trafford runs into the forward just as much. Yeah, I agree. I think Trafford goes into Adebayo. Go away.
Barkley's coming. Centre half's coming
away.
on the shoulder.
Is anyone following me?
Yeah, you got Connor Roberts.
Checking the on-field decision of goal. Play it through.
Playing forwards, and I'll move to goal line when the cross comes in.
Yeah.
Going to goal line now.
I think the forward stance is ground, Harry. I think because Trafford just came. No, get everyone away.
Get your point of contact, and I can come to this angle.
Yeah, so we need to. So.
It's been checked out. It's been checked against, Josh. Okay, move away.
And I've got this
the
angle
keepers
coming in as well.
34's coming to
Relax, go away.
34's coming on your right shoulder.
The keeper comes out. We've got 11 move in. Side on side contact.
I can come to a slightly wider angle.
To the goalkeeper.
Go back your half. We can't do any
Does the
more now.
attacker make a movement towards the goalkeeper?
Go back your half.
I mean, the keeper can jump and use his arms, but because the keeper's coming out, I'm not seeing a clear and obvious error. Are you disagreeing?
It just feels like the attacker makes a movement towards the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Is it enough for a foul on the keeper who can jump and use his hands? Because the keeper never jumps to try and play the ball.
I understand.
Okay. I'm happy to confirm the on-field decision of goal.
Yeah.
Let's just continue through the APP.
Yep,
There's no offside.
Yep, coming back. So that's the point of contact on the header.
Yeah, okay. I'm happy to confirm the on-field decision. Confirming the on-field decision of goal, Tony. Check complete. Check complete.
Really interesting one, that, Howard. Split a lot of opinion. I mean, even the assistant VAR there, you could tell he wasn't 100% convinced. I happen to think it was a free kick myself. What's your take on that?
Yeah, clearly a really important moment at the end of this big Premier League game. The on-field decision is always important for us when we're thinking about how we utilise the addition of VAR. In this situation, the on-field officials felt there was no foul. They saw two players coming together. You hear the assistant referee as well in the moment confirming what the referee has seen as well. So the starting point is they don't think it's a foul. The VAR looks at that in that context to see whether or not that decision, in his opinion, is a clear and obvious error. You're right, the AVAR actually felt it might be. You could hear he's talking a little bit more about the attacker's movement. In the situation, you see the goalkeeper Trafford coming out. You see Adebayo moving. He's always moving in that direction. At the very end of the piece, there's a little movement sort of like towards the goalkeeper. Some people see this as normal football contact. I can understand why Burnley would expect a free kick in this situation. I understand why you feel that to be the case. But I've also spoken to a whole host of people who don't see it that way at all, who see it as that normal football contact that the officials on the field saw at that moment. And again, the split between the VAR and AVR suggests that it's not something that's very clear. And VAR was brought in to rectify very clear situations. So, yeah, I understand why you think a foul might be the better decision, but that's a different question to whether or not the non-award of a foul is clearly wrong.
I know, and I actually think this is the perfect clip to almost educate people about VAR, because for the people that think foul on the goalkeeper, I can see it, and I don't think everybody should make a pathway for the goalkeeper to come and collect the ball. So I can see both sides of the argument, but I'm very much a case of, no, I think that's... And I haven't met somebody that said, you know what, not sure about this one. There's no 50-50s. People have either said, yeah, that's definitely a foul, or definitely not. Why do you think that this type of clip, then, is actually very good to emphasise and to show, you know, what VAR is all about?
Because I think we knew from the outset that the game throws up a whole host of subjective situations. And they're subjective across a broad range of people when they look at them. The problem with it is that if you feel this is a foul, you feel strongly it's a foul, it's hard to see why other people can't, and therefore you think it's clearly and obviously wrong not to award it. Conversely, somebody who sees this as not a foul, probably thinks there's no reason why it should be disallowed. So if we start to interject in situations that are more grey than black or white, then we end up changing decisions that a whole host of people think are right in the first place. And very quickly, people would lose an understanding of what VAR exists for if we work within that subjective area. But again, I go back to what I said. If you feel this is clearly a foul, it's hard to see beyond that, and therefore you think it's clearly and obviously incorrect. In this situation, the VAR looked at the evidence provided, listened to what the on-field officials had said, and formed a judgment, in his professional opinion, that this was one that would split opinion, and it has. I saw a poll online that I think was 60-40 split on that. But if you're part of that 60%, you see a clear situation. So we try to reserve the use of it for those situations that are very clear, that don't create that much debate in the way that this one has. But don't expect perfection. Yeah. Because perfection's a really difficult thing to achieve in a world that throws up so much subjectivity, that throws up so much opinion in the way that this clip has. And sometimes we'll miss the mark on that, and the world tells us after the game that we should have intervened and we didn't, and there's very little debate and we've just missed the spot. But more often than not, we don't when we do intervene in the right way. And this was one, when you look at that fallout, that feedback that people have given us on this one, including many ex-professional footballers, that it was a good goal, then the VAR in the end, in that context, came out in the right place by recognising that this was one that would split opinion.
That's exactly how I feel. I thought it was a free kick, but I'm happy to stand back and say, do you know what? Let VAR sit back as well and let the on-field decision go.